Hey guys, Christy Shelton from Forever and After, coming to you live today to kind of break down how you can prioritize your tasks on your to-do list and still manage to get everything done without being overwhelmed. So at this point, you should have your list made out, both of the stuff that you are doing now that needs to continue and also stuff that you need to or would like to work into your schedule. What you're going to do is go through those lists and you're going to highlight all of the things on those lists that are considered urgent. Those are things that have hard deadlines, things that you've either committed yourself to or someone else has committed you to, that you still need, that you have to have done at a certain point in time. And I usually make these lists weekly so that I can plan out my week ahead. And then as stuff pops up, I kind of filter it in where it belongs. But usually on Saturday or Sunday, I'm planning out my next week and figuring out what my urgent tasks are that have to be done. And those are going to be the tasks that you pencil into your schedule first. And then once you have all of your urgent stuff marked, then we go to priorities that are, other stuff that needs to get done. And there's a couple different ways that you can manage these priorities, these other things. So for me, I go through and I look at all of the stuff that's left on my list besides the ones that have hard commitments for. And I like to look and see if there's anything on my to-do list that I need to get done in order to be able to do something else on my list. So part of my journey with building my business is doing videos and blog posts and things like that. Most of my blog posts revolve around doing either a live or a video. So I have to make sure that I get those videos done before I can even think about writing a blog post. So you want to look for things that rely or require other things being done before they can be done. Also, I look for things that are going to help or affect the people in my life. Like for me, it's my husband, my sister, my mom, my nephews, the people that I have a stake in, the people that I am responsible for helping out. Those tasks that affect them or help them are going to be tasks that I tend to do before I do a task that kind of is for myself. And you can kind of play with this, figure out what your priorities are, make sure that your task list and the way that you go about doing things aligns with your values and how you choose to live your life and run your household. That's just what works for me, is to try to put my family and my friends pretty much first, my clients for my business first, and then kind of filter in everything else. From there, once you figured out how you're going to order them, it's really just making sure that you budget the time for them. So I set aside about an hour every night. And yes, Jill, check in with your favorite coaches. I set aside about an hour every night, first thing when I come home from work, to sit down and do like household stuff. That could be paying my bills, balancing my checkbook, stuff like that I don't get done sometimes on my lunch break at work. I do my 20 minutes of house cleaning every day when I first come home from work and kind of go through that process. But this is really about figuring out what works for you. When my husband's out of town, I actually do my 20 minutes of cleaning in the morning before I leave for work. It makes it easier for me to come home and have one less thing to do. So kind of figure out how your priorities align with how you want to live your life. And that's going to give you an idea of how to kind of order these tasks. Once they're ordered, that's the big chunk of it. And then it's just filling them into the open time blocks that you're going to have on your schedule. I'm going to do a video kind of showing you guys how I block out my time and how I kind of evaluate what takes the most time, that kind of thing. And that's another way that I order some of my tasks. When the stuff is left, I try to do the tasks that are the most complex, the most complicated first. That way, by the time, I find myself with an extra 10 or 15 minutes, I can fit in an extra task if I want to or choose to kind of get ahead for the next week. So that's an option as well. If you guys have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comment thread, and I will line out some specifics in the blog post that goes with this video, and I will catch you guys later.